So I'm about to leave Hong Kong for Kowloon. Just woke up here, meaning to say bye to everybody. And I thought I would give my impressions on Hong Kong, I guess, and what I've done, and what I need to do. What do I need to do? I've still got some secret photos. Like I've been going about and taking pictures of people, so I've got like all the wee comic strip things. Don't know if these guys are in Hong Kong. I might have to Google that just to make sure I don't miss them before going to Kowloon. I'll do that later. I'm pretty sure she must be in Hong Kong somewhere. I like this area. This area is good. This area is actually water with ships, and the ships are bobbing, just like I've speculated Shenmue should have done since like the first game. Again, going back to that video of me commenting on the water in Shenmue 1, I said that the water should have some sort of texture, like it does. It should have some sort of waves, like it does in this, and the ship should be bobbing, and they are in this. The ship that you came on wasn't bobbing in the first video, but this one, these ones are. Oh man.
Excuse me.
Yes, excuse you. He's actually just blocking my way.
I'd like to get to Manmo. Which way is it?
Why don't you get out of here first?
I would if you would get out of the way. Well, thank you. But yeah, no, this area is cool. This little wharf. What? No. I fucking hate this, by the way. The thing that like teleports you to places. I don't want to teleport to places, but I'm always, because I'm running, I'm always pushing a direction. I actually meant to make a video to complain about this, but I haven't done so as of yet. When you're running out the door to the come over place, for example, and you're just holding up, and then you press up to like teleport you somewhere. I don't want to teleport something anywhere right now. But no, this area is cool. But again, like this area, I've not spent that much time in. Like I literally just got here like about an hour ago, and then there was a whole big meet Ren, do things with Ren. Didn't take very long. And then like I think I've only stayed one night here, in fact, because Wong, the wee kid, tells you can stay in his boat for free, and I was like, yay, cool. But then suddenly it's the next day, and I've done everything, and I'm leaving Hong Kong. So, what was even the point of offering me your free boat? Thanks anyway. It would have actually been quite comfy to like spend a few in-game days here. But if I'm honest, there's actually not very much to do in this area. Like I wasn't impressed with this area outside of the wharf, because the rest of it is very empty. The rest of it was very empty, and this whole area kind of reminded me of Pokemon, because when you were going through the area, trying to find... Oh, I think those signs are Russian, by the way. I don't know exactly, but like first time I saw them I was like, ew, Russian. Yeah, when you're going through this area, you think you're looking for Cool Z, which who I'm sure Cool Jay-Z stole his name from. You're looking for Cool Z, who is a henchman of Ren, who is somewhere in this maze, and there's no map for this area. I'm assuming there might be a map for this area, because there's still like a question mark that I need, that I don't have, that I'm assuming is maybe the map for this area, but I can't seem to find it. Got all the other maps for Wanjai and Kowloon, the mysterious place that, you know, tells you where you're going anyway in maps. But yeah, going through this area, there's like loads of henchmen, and basically played it like Pokemon, where I was like, oh shit, there's a henchman down that way, so I will avoid him and go some other way, so that he won't try to fight me. This is semi-cool, I guess. Interesting.
Young Ren was found in the mountains of Yunnan. He's the last wild man on
Earth. He says the exact same thing every time.
He can't speak, but living in the wild has given him the toughest body ever. He's hard as rock. He can't feel pain. Anyone want to challenge this man? He won't fight back. You
Yes,
can hit him
you've
as
said this
hard
like
as
2
you
times now.
want. 5 tries, and if he feels pain even once, you win. If you win, you get $30. But if you fail, you'll owe me $30.
I'll
Is
take
there
any of it.
anyone strong enough to challenge this man?
I want to
I'll
make as
do
much
it.
money on this as
You
possible.
are strong enough. Good luck.
So yeah, thought I would use this
You
video
can start hitting
to
him anywhere.
give some of my opinions on the game thus far
Ready?
before I head to Kowloon.
Go.
And oh shit, that's actually not. Shit. Can I kill him with this? Nah, didn't. Fuck. I thought I could do that.
Time is up.
Wait, how many hits did I do?
What? His blows felt like a fly landing on you? Oh well, too bad.
I mean,
Come
that
and
mini game is
try
basically just
again.
figure out which move does the most damage. Which I can have a look at. Tiger Knuckle. Power. It's a power I'm looking for. I think that kick one I was just doing there probably does quite a bit of damage. Double storm kick. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was like double tapping X and then pressing XX. Or at least that's what I was trying to do. I can't understand the Shenmue fighting. Does that count as 2 hits or 1 hit? I'll try that again and just do that, because up until now I've just been pressing X and square, which has been demolishing him, and like I've had hits to spare. Oh, L2 and X, that would be good. Right, I'll do that. L2 and X. Yeah, so I thought I would.
5 tries, and if he feels pain even once, you win.
What?
If
I'm
you
back
win,
on level
you
2.
get $20. But if you fail, you'll owe me $20.
I was on level 3
Is
before.
there anyone strong enough to challenge this man?
I will challenge him because I'll get my 20
I'll do
quid
it.
back.
You look strong enough. Good luck.
Yeah, I thought I would give my opinions on this game so far,
You
just
can
because it's a
start hitting
fitting
him
time
anywhere.
leaving Kowloon.
Ready?
Right, I'm gonna try and get this move down now, so that's what I had. Ew. Hold on, what was the fuck was the move? See, yeah, X and square at the same time. That took a load of health down. X and square, and what was the one I wanted to try? Oh, it was L2 and X. Right. Aye, L2 and X, that seems like a strong one, so I'll try that in level 3.
Hey, are you all right, brother?
And
You
like the
definitely
first
hurt
game,
him.
I kind
Here.
of wanted to find someone to follow for the entire day, but because this game is not as like
5 tries, and if he
intricate
feels pain even once,
as
you win.
the
If you
as
win,
the first
you
game,
get
that
$30.
who could I follow? Like,
But if
I don't
you
think anyone really has a
fail,
daily
you'll
routine.
owe me
And I'm actually going
$30.
to hopefully
Is there anyone
prove
strong
that.
enough to challenge this
I don't know
man?
if proves the right word, but demonstrate that like
I'll do it.
this game's just different from the first one.
Enough?
Is my first controversial opinion. In that it's just
You can start hitting him anywhere.
in the first game I wanted to know what everyone's routines were.
Ready?
Even if people do have routines in this one, I just don't care. Like yeah. And that's definitely one thing that the first game has over this one. I care more about the first game than I do this one.
Hey, are you all right,
About the world,
brother?
about the people.
You definitely hurt him. Here.
And again, I know that this is what they're trying to do in the, it's Ryu in a new place, new to him, new to us.
5 tries, and if
And,
he
nobody's
feels
meant
pain
to be-
even once, you win.
Like,
If you win, you get $40.
nobody's meant to know him or anything, and he's meant
But
to
if you fail,
know anybody,
you'll
'cause
owe
it's a city.
me $40. Is there anyone strong enough to challenge this man?
One just did that so well. one just did that feeling
I'll
of
do it.
this is your home
You look strong
and you're
enough.
comfortable here very, very well.
You can
So I
start
guess this
hitting
just
him
made it
anywhere.
fish out of water type thing. And I mean, it did do that well. Just... Did it do well? I don't know actually. Yeah, I think I've found the move to do this with. I guess I'll talk about if the game did that well or not later, I guess.
Definitely heard him. Here.
For some reason I want to do this, get this out of the way. Before I go to Kowloon. There are some arm wrestling things that I'm not going to be able to get. Like, I have seen that you can bring the like the guys who arm wrestle, you can actually get them to a last game and they don't want to have any more with you.
But if you fail, you'll
Which I'm assuming is similar to this guy.
Is there anyone strong enough to challenge the...
Yes. Oh god, I can skip it, right.
I'll
Didn't realize I
do
can
it.
skip it.
You look strong enough.
Okay, skip this, okay.
Good luck. You can start hitting him anywhere. Ready? Go!
Same move, over and over again. Yeah, this will do it. Oops. Is he hitting back? Fuck. Oh wow. Okay. Easy money.
Hey! Are you alright, brother? You definitely heard him. Here.
Does he want to fight me anymore? Sorry, I'm just making easy money here.
If he feels pain even once, you win.
Might
If you win,
make
you
this
get
one the last one and come back
$50.
later when I'm not recording, so I can
But
actually
if you
speak stuff. Right, circle.
I'll do it.
You
Because
look
obviously while doing this,
strong
I'm not thinking about
enough. Good luck.
my opinions. So,
You can start hitting him anywhere.
I guess I will talk about fighting.
Ready?
Fighting
Go!
is awkward, and I guess it's the exact same as it was in Shenmue 1. I guess this guy's a good one to talk about fighting, but yeah, no. So it's like, so I'm pressing double right here, right? Double right, and that's moving in towards the guy. I'm now pressing back, and now I'm pressing double right again, and he's moving to the side. It's like the camera is dependent on. It should honestly be, if it were to stick to a fighting game, it should be left is sidestep, right is sidestep, up is towards him, but no, now I'm pushing up and he's walking around, now I'm pushing down, he's walking around, holding down, and he walks all the way around, holding down, that's the thing, so this is me pressing the same button, now he's moving back from him, but if I go here and I press down, he goes around, which, I mean, it does make sense, but it's like, it makes moves really hard, because some of the moves are like double tap towards the guy, and it's just sometimes like, well, it's not always going to be the same buttons. It's a bit of an awkward way to do it. I mean, fights come down to me basically just mashing sidestep and hit, sidestep and hit, sidestep and hit. I don't usually think much, and usually I just jam circle square, so I do that move, which is usually quite strong. And fighting, like, it's okay, but I guess the fact that they made fighting a bigger deal in this game, I mean, you fight more often, I guess. Oops. You fight more often. But, yeah, like, I'd rather not fight, like, actually, I'm saying you fight more often. That fight in one where you fight like 70 men, that was terrible.
You definitely heard him.
That was an awful fight. Never want to do something like that again. I hope there's nothing like that in this game. The fights in this game so far haven't been too bad. Right, I'll come back to this later. But nah, I mean, fighting's just not this game's strong point. They should have left fighting as like a side thing to do, rather than like a main part of the story and stuff. That's maybe a bit too harsh. Like, the fighting's fine. Like, it's fine to be a part of the story, but don't give me too many big fights. Right, so I'm gonna hopefully prove, yeah, like, show that I don't think anyone has, like, I do see people. I see people doing around. But, like, it's stuff like shopkeepers and this pigeon park guy. They're always there. They're always, their daily routine is they stand by their stalls. They are always in the same place and just stand there. That is fine, but again, like if you take that back to Shenmue 1, at a certain time of day, you'd see them closing up shop, you'd see them going home, waiting for the bus. Everybody had, even the shopkeepers had those little routines. They'd go to work in the morning, they'd work, and then they'd come back, and that was interesting to see. And what, yeah, it's just made it interesting for me. The fact that you see like Lucky Hit stand owners, or these guys, or everyone who owns some sort of thing, where, yeah, he's in here, just stand there throughout the whole day, just makes it feel a bit more gamey, and it just kind of means that everything's 24/7 now, whereas like in I forgot what it's called again. Everything is just like, it's a living, working place in the first game, whereas this place is also living, but it's 24-hour living, and everyone just sits and works. It's not real gamey. This guy I played against him here, and I've also played against him somewhere else. So this is my proof in a way that, I mean, I think that all the character models get reused. So these people sitting here, all these people sitting here, I would probably see them on the streets. There are a lot of character models, which is fine, but again, the fact that I think people get reused kind of says to me that they're not really their own individual people. This guy is obviously...
Excuse me.
So, I first met him in Pigeon Park
I
once.
don't want to be distracted.
You can play against him at darts. He does like a cool game where the person who gets the most bullseyes gets money or whatever, I don't know, betting. But yeah, so that guy in the purple jacket and the green stripe, I'm sure I've seen him walking around the green market, whatever it's called. These other people, I'm sure I've seen variants of them, and it just doesn't make them unique. It's like, so this guy, I'm now going to run from here to Lucky Quarter, because I think this guy, I've not played against that guy there, but I've seen him here. I played against that guy in the arcade with Outrun. So basically, if I run from here all the way to that bit, and he's there, then that's definitely telling me that he does not have any sort of routine throughout the day. He is just static in that one area, and also static in that other one area, in the other second area. So, yeah, that irks me. It's fine. In any other game, honestly, it would be fine. Wouldn't even bother noticing. But because this is Shenmue 2 coming from Shenmue 1, and how detailed Shenmue 1 was with all the characters, all the people even, we wouldn't even call them characters because they have nothing to do with the story. It's cool that the pigeon thing is still there. I'm wasting time. I should run to prove my point. But nah, yeah, I guess that's the first thing that really irks me about this game. It's just the non-routine. Like those two guys, I've just ran past two Navy guys. They're always there. They're always just standing there chatting to each other for the entire day. There's no one. I'm actually really disappointed, because the whole game I was actually thinking, right, if I do a sort of critique of this game to discuss, I want to find someone to follow. And the whole game I have been looking out for that one person to think, oh, that guy interests me. I want to sort of get to know. But there's been no one. Like there were loads of people. Even the taxi driver. I got kind of intrigued by the taxi driver, Nomura, I think his name was, in 1. There are loads of people I got like interested in, like, oh, what's his daily routine? What does he do? And obviously the hard hat guy was the one I chose, but there was quite a few people I could have chosen because their daily routine just interested me. Like all these shops sellers, they just stand there. I think that woman might have actually been one of the secret pictures I made. I guess for this game it's more about the locations than the people, because in 1, I mean, the locations were nice obviously, but like this has a definite, like, different vibe to it. It's more like the locations and stars. It's not about the people and what they're doing. The people are just background noise. It's all It's all the buzz and the lights. That's the main attraction here in this game. And I just wonder why that decision was taken. Like why did they decide not to give people routines? Maybe it was because the game is big. It's bigger, so they just thought it'd be this place. Arcade. It's bigger, so therefore they just thought they'd make it easier on themselves. Okay, he's not there. I'm sure I played against him here. Was it here? Okay. Maybe people do have routines. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm scrapping. But I now kind of feel like I want to follow that baseball guy. The guy who likes baseball. I'm thinking actually, was it there? Was it this place? Or was it some other place? I can't believe it's some other place actually. No, I'm sure it was this place, because I played Outrun, and then... Whose eyes? Oh, I don't know. Maybe that one... Maybe that guy does have... But this guy, like, this guy with the vest, I see him a lot. Like, I see him loads. It can't be just one person always having the same routine. Maybe they do have routines and I'm just not noticing. I have seen that guy in here before. He's a bit of a drunk. They're always standing there. It was before 12. I'm just wondering if it's a different, like... I don't know, like, more characters in one that interested me, like the tomato convenience store people. They were funny because there was like a day shift and a night shift guy, and the night shift guy always had, like, he was always talking about how much he was getting overworked because he crashed his friend's car or something. So I guess there was just more of that. There's more of the little interaction between people, whereas in this one, I guess the reason why I've not really... Oh wait, no, I didn't want to go this way. The reason why I've not really, like, singled anyone out in this is because no one has a story to tell. Nobody has, like, a little quirk about them. Apart from, there are a few people actually. There's, so that baseball guy, I noticed him just because he... Oh, in fact, no, one guy that I would be up for following. Maybe I'll make another video and just follow someone for the whole day. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it in Kowloon when I give my opinions on Kowloon, but we'll see. There are a few guys in this game. So the baseball guy, because I met him the first time at Pigeon Park at the fountain, and he said something like, "I'll see you later for a game," and I was just like, "Okay, guy, thanks." And then it was actually all three of them I met at Pigeon Park, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna try this place. So it might have been here. I'm sure this is like an old man playing darts. I did play against him. Oh, the old man's not there even. London. Aye, so the baseball guy... There's a guy standing at Pigeon Park, who I'm going to go back to now. I think I might have to eat my words about the routine, by the way, because maybe people do actually have routines that I'm just not noticing. But if I see that purple jacket guy with the green stripe, he's noticeable. If I see him walking around the streets, and then run back to the fortune here, then I'll know. But, so there's a guy at Pigeon Park who just kind of stands there and makes comments about the water, and I guess I noted him mainly because obviously I like the water. Like, I would stand there and make comments about the water, so I kind of related to him in a way. I want to take a picture of this woman because I kind of feel, is she Nah, she's not, is she?
Excuse me.
Ah, no.
Hello.
Excuse me.
I didn't want to press that. Context-sensitive annoyance. I want to find this Ailen He. Maybe she's in Kowloon, but the fact that she's on like the first page makes me think otherwise. Box. Okay. So the thing is, I've definitely never seen the baseball guy walking to and from Aberdeen to Wan Chai. Like, I've only ever seen him at the darts place and at the other darts place. I'm pretty sure it was the arcade darts as well. So maybe it was somewhere else. But yeah, so the other guy was the guy who commented on water, and the other guy that I took note of was the black guy. I guess because he's like the only black guy in this game, but also because he was just all like, you Japanese guys, you all have the same name, and I just found it really funny that he was just being like incredibly racist. Because he like mistook Ryu for someone else that he knew or had met who was also Japanese, and he was just like, oh, Tajima-san or whatever. And this guy, I mean, it's possible as well that everyone just wears the same clothes. Like, oh, there we go. Right, so guy, purple, green band. Purple, I mean, maybe they have the same jackets. But I will look at his face. I will get a good look at his face, and then I'm going to go back to that eatery. No, okay, hold on. Good look at his face.
Excuse me. Yes?
Never mind. I'm going to
I'll
go back,
ask
and
someone
I'm going to
else.
run to the eatery way before him. This guy in the raincoat as well, like, you see them a lot, and it's just kind of like, is it the same guy, or is it like different guys? Sometimes I think maybe the faces could be different, sure, but I mean, if that guy in the purple coat and green band, if he's not back in this eatery, I will eat his hat. Because yeah, I have seen like the black guy walking around in other parts of town, but I've never seen him again at Pigeon Park. And I get the feeling that you meet a load of people at Pigeon Park at the start of the game, like on disc 1 or whatever, and then they start wandering around other places later in the game. That's always a possibility. Right. How did I get here before you, sir?
Excuse me. Yes?
It's the same guy, right?
I'll ask someone else.
That's the same guy. So that proves my point, I guess. I mean, one thing I'm going to say is they're good at not... Like, Hong Kong's obviously very big. They're good at not putting the same model in, like, the same person in the same building. Like, no two people here are the same. So there's no, like, you know, if this was Grand Theft Auto, for example, or any other open world game, that would definitely happen. You'd see the same character models sitting in a bar together. It's good at doing that. You would very rarely see the same. Like, what they probably do is they probably have like a bunch of character models for certain areas, and they make sure that there aren't two of the same. So yeah, they're good at that. But anyway, I guess that's enough about the whole routine stuff. Next point to talk about is the story, I guess. Yeah, now that I'm here, I'm going to kind of like walk myself through the story again. In Hong Kong, I just felt like the story, again, differences from Shenmue II. It was very streamlined, and because it was very streamlined, it kind of fed you with where to go a bit too much. Whereas Shenmue 1 just kind of let you open on the world. It was just kind of like, here's your objective. It was very much just like hanging fruit. And oh, there's the guy again. There's the raincoat guy. But I mean, they're probably the same two that I saw over there. Who knows? Yeah. So story. I'm just gonna walk through it. So first of all, you go through here. You get your bag stolen. Oh, you meet Joy first. Joy is the most random person in the game, I guess. Just because she's always riding a motorbike and helps you out for no reason. And then yeah, you get your bag stolen. You do stuff with your bag, try and get it back. once you get it back, you're basically set going into Wan Chai, and you are staying at the lucky guest, the come on over guest house. I mean, that part was all fine. That was like, you're new to the game, so you are exploring, you're taking it a bit slow. And then what happens then, once you've spent the night at the come over guest house, you then get the job at Fortune Pier. You don't, again, it's kind of like that bit was just introducing you to minigames and introducing you how to make money. You don't have to do anything. Oh, never seen this before. That wee symbol on the, I thought that meant it was like an important building, but I can't go there. Yeah, I mean, that was just a minigame. It's not really a job you have to do, so therefore it didn't feel as like I could go back there now and do the job, even after not having done it for a couple of days. What day am I even on?
Me.
Oops.
I'll ask someone.
What day am I on now? I'm on the 3rd of February. I think I came in on like 15th of January or something, around about then. That's how many days I've played it. In-game days. Yeah, Fortune Pier. Got work there. Then I've still not paid the guy that the like his bill's racking up. They come all over the place. What did I do after finding the job? So you get the job, and then yeah, I kind of get the feeling that the story is kind of like they do the whole Shenmue 1 thing where like your overall objective was to find, I think first of all it was to find that the martial artist person, and you had to go through the voodoo people to find him. And then this, I think that was the first disc, if this were on disc. That was the first disc, and then the second disc was Find Yuan Du, or Find Ren, or whatever. Oh, I've never gone down here. This is new to me. Is it just gambling? It's just more gambling. It's just gambling. Like, I hate this, what's it called? Something on top as well, spin on top. Because it's literally just a game deciding if you win or lose or not. There's no skill or challenge in it. It's just roll the dice and see what happens. Don't like that sort of gambling. So yeah, like going around the Voodoo Masters, again, it felt very streamlined. Like it wasn't. It was a bit like, yes, your overall thing was to find what was her name? Shoying Hong, but that wasn't the name. Is it Ryu or intro letter? Can I read it? It's memo. I just want to know her name. Forgot it. I don't know why she has two names. Piece of paper fell from that. That was a cool bit. Yanju, that was, yeah. Really? Yandaju owns a company. Did research on martial arts about a book. Yes. So that was the second disc, trying to find him. Yandaju. And then the first name was Tao. But that wasn't her name. Master Tao. Yeah, Master Tao. And then, yeah, so the overall thing was to find Master Tao, but then the game sort of streamlined you on how to find Master Tao. It was like, search for the four Voodoo Masters, and I mean, that wasn't hard. That was like, if I'd done any little bit of exploring, I obviously knew that this guy was going to be one of them, and then that took you on it, like its own little side thing, to go find the fallen martial artist. Who was the other Voodoo Master? Oh no, because that wasn't. Yeah, it was once you found a job, you then had to get money not only to pay the come over guy, but to bribe the guy who lived in Master Tao's old apartment building. And I remember finding that so annoying, because so that old apartment building, yes, it took me. It made sense to like find it the first time, I was like asking people around, asking, oh, how do I get to Yandao apartment building or whatever? Yandao apartments. Kept asking people, and that was like the quest: find Yandao. And then, because you see one of the masters in that cutscene bit, then. But I think she's automatically always going to be the last one that you find. So that's what I mean by kind of streamlined. You have to kind of there's the guy at the dojo, and then who's the fourth one? There's the guy I mean, it was quite easy to find the masters because I kind of thought, well, there's that guy, and then I went over to the Three Blades because I thought, well, there's probably going to be something there. You ask anybody, like, and I think that's the thing in Shenmue 1. I remember, was it Charlie you had to find? You went around trying to find Charlie. You were asking everybody, and everyone was just like, I don't know. And this was just easy because you could ask anyone, and they're just like, oh yeah, he's that guy. Or not only that, but they would be like, ask someone at this shop or this type of shop, they might know. Oh yeah, one of the guys was this guy in the tree. Like, it was easy figuring out that this guy was one, the dojo was one, and the other one was in the Three Blades. Like, I just felt, I don't know, was that meant to be hard? It just felt really, again, streamlined, because I think once I was in the the Blades area, I asked somebody and they said, oh yeah, the barber, he's that guy thing. And like, it was cool doing stuff for them. Like, it's annoying having to fight that guy, the guy in the park there, every time you want to talk to him, but you know. But anyway, so you do those three, and then I think automatically, like, you can't find out that she's the last one until you've figured out all those three. Is it her? Ah, it's her. And then once you figure out that she's the last one, you then have the quest to go to the Yandai apartments? Yantin apartments. And it's just kind of like, well, I've already had, like, I don't know how many times your memo book says go to the Yantin apartments, go to the so many times you have to go to the Yantin apartments. Even the Chawan sign later on as well, skipping ahead here, but the Chawan sign, there's a point where you're like, go to the Yantin apartments, because she knows how to read the symbols. And it's like, Ryu can't just use his head to go, oh, maybe she'd know. It has to be a case of like asking an antique shop, and then somehow the antique shop is like, oh yes, Ganjing, she knows how to read these symbols, go and ask her. And it's like, okay. I just found like that part of the story really weird. Jumping back now. Voodoo members, so find her, then you find Tao, then you find out she's a woman, and Ryu gets really surprised that she's a woman when we've already spoken to a woman master, so why would Ryu be surprised that there's another woman master? Like, I didn't get that. I didn't get his surprise to her. And it's at that point Ryu starts getting really impatient. He's not been impatient up until that point. When he gets his bag stolen, when he's walking around in a new place, not impatient. But as soon as he finds out that this master is a woman, he starts getting really impatient. And that, like, there's a whole story bit where she's all, like, the whole thing is that she's training him to be less patient. More patient. So that, and then she'll tell, like, harness the master of kung fu or whatever. I'm actually going to talk to these people because I think I need to talk to them for a trophy. But yeah, like, I just found it really strange that he only started getting sort of impatient then, and that was when Tao
Guishan.
then said, "Oh, you need to
I had this
calm
feeling
down."
that you'd be coming here today.
Huh?
So, did you want something?
I am going to leave Wanzai.
Alright, yeah.
Where do you plan to go?
Kowloon.
Are you